But then there's then if you can't hurdle, that's out, or you're scared of hurdles, you're not going to be very good at the intermediate hurdles. And the only thing that's different to me always was the difference between the intermediate hurdles and the 400 was pain. No matter whether I went out slow or I went out fast, however I ran that damn race, there was always pain. In the 400, if I went out too hard, I would feel pain, because I ran the race wrong. But if I ran the race right in the 400, I'd be in pain at the end. But the intermediate hurdles, no matter how you ran it, you were in pain.
It's interesting.
Fast, you go out slow, you're in pain.
Yeah, it's interesting because my best intermediate hurdles that I coached were always half-mile drop-down.
Yes.
I thought it was the same cadence, the same stride pattern. But, again, I think that when we watch, and again, I didn't know this fella, but I guess he was making quite an investment in the game himself. But this young fella just passed away in the automobile accident. The kid from Hudson.
Lamar.
Yeah. I don't know. I know this is just tragic, but those guys you do want to sit down with and think about how they're coaching quarterbacks and who's your underneath quarterback coach now. So I think again, listen to your elders doesn't hurt. But I think guys are starting to figure out a little bit like, okay, so we're running RPOs, right? What are we doing in running like old school option underneath? Now, some guys will say the quarterback's job is to get to the next snap, don't get hurt. All right. But what is it guys are doing? It's a little bit different in the run game with option concepts. And people have been incredibly successful doing it. Because one of the things is, your TOP, your time of possession, right? Your greatest defense is your offense.
Yep.
I mean, so can you control the football? And, those triple option offenses, whether it's triple in the gun or triple underneath, I'm talking about running the football. They have a lot of gash plays.
Right.
Big plays.
Right, because you're creating those lanes. And then and to me, even more so in a high school, again, coach, and you mentioned it earlier, to have to practice against that, right? Or ask your scout team to do that, right? That's why you usually see that's the week where, the youngest guy in your staff goes and plays scout team quarterback or whatever, like that, those to mimic that. And then to ultimately, people think it's easy when you're like, oh, it's responsibility football, right? Like, hey, you have dive, you have pitch, but for guys on the defensive side of the ball, high school kids to consistently do that over and over and over, it's a tougher task than most think.
Well, again, look at the weather around the nation, right? So now Mountain Union's coming to play Salisbury, and the weather's not so great in Ohio. Is Salisbury coach calling up Mountain Union today saying, "Hey, it's raining out there, isn't it?" Click. Like, what are you doing? I mean, North Central's got to play Springfield. I mean, they're kind of a different body, but
just look at Springfield was playing that game against Cortland in a half a blizzard.
Well, good. Cortland's never gonna have the ball.
Yep.
I mean, Susquehanna just, again, they're a ball control team in the gun. Susquehanna ran 85 plays in the game.
Play really good defense.
And they played St. John's of Minnesota, which is, known
phenomenal program.
They ran 59. Game's over. And I mean, and they still barely won the game.
Right.
So, those are cool things. This is a real cool topic. I hope you're able to edit it up a little bit in bits.
Yeah, I will.
But
I will. I'll make sure we have the gaps of where we just sat there and looked at the screen for.
Well, we can also put us together how not to do technology in a podcast.